Hello and welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint Show. I am your host, Jay Jones. Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the Black community by promoting business ownership. If you are currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, we invite you to join us every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint.
Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 298. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another dynamic show in store for you. Today, family, we're going to discuss how to create a year's worth of content in one day. How to create a year's worth of content in one day. Now, we all know that content is king. And so if you're trying to do anything or be visible, you need to be able to create content and get those eyeballs on your content. Now, before we get to today's episode, I just want to share a few things with the BEB family. First and foremost, I want to welcome all first-time listeners to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family. Please stick around until the end of today's broadcast, and I'm going to share all my social media contact information and my resource links, such as my new book, A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses, and also my 2 e-commerce platforms to help circulate dollars in the Black community. Also, family, I wanted to let you know that I've created a free training titled How to 10X Your Sales in 4 Simple Steps. How to 10X Your Sales in 4 Simple Steps. Tactics of $1 Million Business Owners. So just go to BEB Connect. And on that page, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a link, and it'll click the link and it'll say free training, how to 10X your sales in 4 simple steps. So this is about an hour, a little over an hour in training. And it's actually going to take you and show you the same process that I use to 10X plus my sales. So how to 10X your sales in 4 simple steps. The question is, who doesn't want to 10X your sales? So make sure you go check it out. It is totally free. Go to BEB Connect and click on the link, How to 10X Your Sales in 4 Simple Steps. Now, back to today's broadcast, how to create a year's worth of content in one day. And I'm also going to give you guys a tip before the end of the show about coronavirus. But number one, you need to have content, okay? So why do you need content? I don't care what you're selling, if it's a product or service, if it's a physical business, a brick and mortar business or whatever, you need to have content because you want to be able to drive traffic and be noticed. So a lot of times people have a lot of problems trying to create content for their website, their blog. You know, for example, this podcast. Now, this is episode 298. And people always ask me, man, how do you create this content? And so I'm going to tell you exactly what I do to create content. Okay, so you need content to drive traffic. You also need it to build trust. You also need it as a valued source of information. So people who listen to specific podcasts, right? So, for example, if you watch or listen to ESPN, you go to ESPN because they're a valued source of information. You trust their information. You like their information on sports. Okay, it could be Essence Magazine. So you can go to essence.com. If you're an Essence fan, you trust their sources of information and they're driving traffic to their site with quality content. And so we're going to talk about what type of content you can create. So there's only really 3 types of content that anybody can create. So you have written content. And so the content that you can create by writing, you can create books or ebooks. You can do blog posts. You can write case studies and you can do newsletters. So if you're proficient at writing, maybe this is the way that you decide to get your content out there. So you have written content. Next, you have audio content, and that could be in the form of a podcast, an audio book, or an audio case study. So if you're better talking than writing, and you enjoy that more, you can create audio content. And last and definitely not least is video content, which is the highest form of content because you can actually strip away the audio from the video. So if you want to create video content, obviously you can go to YouTube, create your own videos, and also you can do case studies and create content, video content like that. So one of my lead magnets is actually a video case study. And basically what that is instead of reading or writing out the case study, I'm telling you the case study. So video is the highest form of content. So you can strip out the audio from that and you can create audio content, and also you can get it transcribed. Then you can also create written content. Okay, so don't forget that video is the highest form of content. Okay, so let me tell you guys how you can create a year's worth of content in one day. And what I use is called content buckets. Okay, content buckets. And what I do is I identify like 4 to 5 main categories or buckets that all your content or most of your content can fit in. And so I'm just going to give you an example of, just say if you're a fitness instructor. Okay, one bucket could be weight loss. So everything you want to talk about weight loss goes into this bucket. A next bucket could be fitness. Then you have a third bucket that could be food and nutrition. A fourth bucket could be workout routines. And a fifth bucket could be mental fitness. Now, depending upon how often you put out content, if you just had 10 articles or pieces of content in each of the 5 buckets, that's 50 pieces of content, which if you do it once a week, that would be 50 weeks. That would be almost a year. So just for example, under weight loss, okay, it could be, under food nutrition, it could be diets. And then you can talk about what specific type of diets. It could be the paleo diet, the keto diet, and all that type of stuff. So under each bucket, the more content you have, obviously, the more content you're going to have for the year. So instead of just having 10 pieces of content under each content bucket, just imagine if you had 20 pieces of content under each content bucket. What that would do, obviously, would give you 100 pieces of content. Now, remember, there's 3 ways. There's 3 types of content: audio, video, and written. So you can break that down. You can write some of the content. You can record audio for some of the content, and you can do videos. Now, there's also 3 ways to create content. And you can document a process. You can reteach what you know or heard. So, for example, you could read a chapter in a book, and then you could decode that book, okay, or that chapter. And also you can teach something. So let me go back real quick. Why you need content? Obviously, it drives traffic. Content is king. What type of content can you create? Audio, video, and written. Written being the lowest form, audio is the next, and video is the highest content. Okay, the highest form of content. There are 3 ways you can create content. So if you're trying to figure out, man, what kind of content can I create? So once again, we're going to use the example of the fitness instructor. Okay, one way to create that for the fitness instructor, say he's in the weight loss bucket. He has 5 buckets: weight loss, fitness, food, nutrition, workout routines, and mental fitness. So there's 3 ways to create content. You can document a process. So let's look at weight loss. So now the fitness instructor could document the process of weight loss. So now he can use that as content. They also can reteach what they know. Okay, so if the fitness instructor knows something about weight loss, he can create articles or content about what he knows or what he heard. He can also, once again, read a chapter in a book or decode something in the weight loss bucket. And once again, he can also teach something. So if he knows how to do something in terms of weight loss, he can teach it. Now, let's get a little closer to home. Like with me, with Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, I have several buckets. So how to start your business is a bucket. I have marketing as a bucket. I have success mindset as a bucket. Product ideation and creation as a bucket. Tools for your business as a bucket. Case studies as a bucket. And because of my platform, I have guests also as a bucket for content. So, for example, how to start your business. So I can do podcasts and teach you how to do it. I can document a process. Like I'm doing today, for example, in terms of marketing. In that marketing bucket, the free training I'm doing is how to 10x your sales in 4 simple steps, tactics of $1 million business owners. So that is a free training, and that's marketing. Okay. So that's content. So once again, before I forget, just go to BEB Connect and click the link, how to 10x your sales in 4 simple steps. It's about an hour long, and it's just a free video training for you. Okay. So those are some examples of how I create content. Now, what happens is you want to make sure that your content gets seen or heard, right? So once again, this is not a short game, guys. It's a long game. When you create content on your blog or on a podcast or whatever, it's not going to go to the top of the charts right away, unless you just get lucky or you do something real great with your keyword search. Okay, so we're going to talk about keywords everywhere. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but I've used this before, and I use it all the time, but I talk about it a lot in my trainings. Keywords everywhere is a Google Chrome extension that you can use. And anytime you put in a word or a phrase in Google, it tells you the monthly search and the average cost per click if you're doing Google ads to get seen. So if you're writing a blog post, right, and say the blog post is something titled about how to make money during the coronavirus, right? The coronavirus obviously is major right now. So you'll probably get a lot of organic searches. So if you set a title to an article, a video, blog post, whatever it is, and it has a lot of organic searches, you're going to just get seen because of the title. So keywords everywhere is a key component or key tool that you need to use when you create your content, because you want your content to go viral. Yes, you're going to be advertising and stuff like that, but the more viral that your content grows, obviously, the better it is for you, for your website, your podcast, or whatever. So once again, keywords everywhere is big. So before I learned about keywords everywhere, and this has been years ago, I didn't really pay attention to some of the titles in terms of what I called the shows. Now, some of the shows, they're not going to, like this one, for example, how to create a year's worth of content in one day. There's not a lot of search for that long-term phrase. Okay. So once again, you try to do the best you can in terms of the actual content or the actual title of your content, because that's going to make a difference in terms of how many people see you organically. And the whole key is, if you get enough organic traffic, guess what? You may not have to advertise as much. Okay. Now, to me, people always ask me, man, when do you stop advertising? I said, you never do. So if you're selling a product and or a service or whatever, you always need to advertise, because you always want to continue to build up your database. Once I say it all the time, guys, the money is in the list. So if you don't have or continue to build your database, you're going to be in trouble. So you always need to advertise. Organic traffic, that's just gravy on top. All right. We all love organic traffic, but that's going to come from quality content, quality and consistent content. Now, I had a conversation, I mentioned this before, with a young brother that has a podcast. And any of you thinking about starting a podcast, don't start the podcast for money, because it'll be a long, long time, trust me, before you can monetize your podcast, because you need to be consistent and get traction first. And then once you build that up, then you can start the monetization aspect. So when you create content, don't necessarily look for the content to generate revenues right away. So I've been in this game doing your podcast since 2014, 298 episodes. That means 298 Mondays in a row. You got new heat from Jay Jones and Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. It's consistency. So your content needs to be delivered consistently. So people know every Monday, if you're a BEB family member, every Monday, you got new stuff coming from Jay Jones and Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. So I'm talking to this brother, and he was doing a podcast, and he was doing it sporadically. Oh, I do it every 2 weeks. Then maybe I'll miss 3 weeks in a row. I said, stop, freeze. I said, bruh, you're not going to get any traction like that. You have to be consistent. So now when you're doing your content. So you may decide, all right, I'm going to do 2 blog articles a week, 1 video, and maybe some audio content. Whatever your schedule is, create a schedule for your content and stick to that content schedule. Okay, because people need to know, hey, when can I expect new stuff? And I'm at fault for that too on some of my platforms. I got to continue to create content. So I'm actually revamping right now BEB Academy. I'm in the process now of revamping that. Okay, that's why I haven't come back out and started to promote it much anymore, because I'm revamping the whole concept. Okay, so we'll talk about that on a later show. But you need to be consistent with your content. All right. Now, if you get lucky and go viral, that's even better. But it has to be a systematic effort for you to actually grow your business with content. So that's why everybody advertises. So if you have a good piece of content, magnify that content, boost that content, be it on Facebook or whatever. You want to magnify that quality content. If you find that people are organically driven to this piece of content, say you write a blog article and people are really on top of it, right? Like one blog article I wrote it must be 4 or 5 years ago, probably 4 years ago, called Pacified by a Paycheck. And I'm telling you, I get so much traffic on that. I don't know why, but Pacified by a Paycheck. It's an article about being pacified. All right. So not living or going after your dreams in entrepreneurship because you got that pacifier in your mouth, which is a paycheck. And I guess, the alliteration, pacified, paycheck, whatever, people are drawn to it, but it's getting thousands and thousands of views. People are reading that article, and I did no promotion whatsoever. So that's cool. That's great. But if you really want to make money, you're going to have to understand that you're going to have to market and advertise whatever, your product and or your service. So I had a conversation with one of my coaching students who's getting ready to put his first product on Amazon. And I tried to explain to him, you just can't put a product on Amazon and expect it to sell. There are millions of products on Amazon. So how do you think they're going to find you? They won't. Okay, so you have to market your products and or services. Now, once again, organic content, that's great. So you want to make sure you use keywords everywhere. Now, it used to be free. It's $10 now. But it's a great tool to help you identify, popular keywords and phrases that you can put in your product descriptions, that you can put on your content to help you get organic traffic. And remember, organic traffic, family, is gravy. All right. You're going to have to pay for traffic most times. Organic traffic is gravy. Now, let me just break down also the written, audio, and video content. So written content is pretty simple. One of the things that people really sleep on, guys, is a newsletter. And I know it sounds old and outdated, but if you have a profession, so say you're in the travel industry. Okay, we just did an interview with my man Belvin Baldwin from Showtime Travel. He has a monthly or weekly newsletter. Okay. And it goes out to everybody in his database. Now, guess what? I don't know how many people open the newsletter, but when they're on top of mind and they're ready to travel and they see that letter from Showtime Travel, they're probably like, okay, let me go ahead and see what my man is talking about. So right now, when you have the coronavirus basically shutting down everything, people want to hear about this travel. What can I do? How can I get refunds from the cruise I was going on? So they want information. So if you are an expert in your field, a newsletter is a tremendous way to connect with people. Now, books and ebooks. Books aren't easy to write. Ebooks are a little easier because it doesn't have to be long. The perceived value for an ebook isn't the same as a physical book. Okay. Now it could be the same book, but it's the perceived value. Okay. So you can write that, blog posts and case studies. Another big thing people sleep on, guys, is case studies. All right. And let me just talk about that real quick. The great thing about case studies is it actually allows you to take somebody through a process. So if you're selling a product and or a service You can use a case study of one of your successful clients or whoever have used your product or service and take them through the case study. What was the problem? What was the solution, which obviously was your product and or service? What was the results? So what you're doing is you're basically taking somebody through this whole process, and now they can see themselves in that case study. So case studies, don't sleep on them, guys. Case studies are big. Okay. Also, what you want to focus on too are video case studies. If you're doing videos, okay, do a video case study. Once again, you're taking somebody through a process, but remember, video is the highest form of content. Okay. Now, here's some audio content we talked about, podcasts. Now, podcasts are good, but once again, that's a long game. You can create a podcast, but it's going to take you a while to get that traction working. Okay. Audio books. A lot of people, they don't like to read. They like to listen. So if you're in the truck or you're driving a lot, pop in an audio book. I know my wife does it all the time. You know, once again, podcasts, the popularity of podcasts are growing like crazy. And also you can do an audio case study. And what I've noticed about case studies in my business is that they're one of the biggest things that drive sales for me. So it could be an audio case study. It could be a video case study. It could be a written case study. But once again, people can see themselves as a participant in that case study. Once again, problem, solution, and result. So don't sleep on those case studies. Now, before I start talking about how you can leverage the coronavirus to build your business, not monetizing off of the coronavirus scare, but I'm just talking about using the time that you may have. Let me share my contact information and all my social media links for you. So first and foremost, my new book is out, A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses. So if you're interested in building a successful, sustainable e-commerce business, go to anewblackwallstreet.com. Pick yourself up a copy. It's $14.95 plus shipping and handling, or the digital version is $9.95. Now, if you need additional assistance building that successful, sustainable e-commerce business, my flagship course is educatedecommerce.com. Educatedecommerce.com. You can go and enroll in there. But what I really recommend, family, if you're looking to build an e-commerce business, my new implementation program is out. Brand Builder Academy Elite, BBAelite.com, BBAelite.com. This is educated e-commerce on steroids. Okay, it's a newer, better version. So if you're looking to build part-time or full-time passive income, building an e-commerce brand, be it physical products or digital products or services or whatever you want to sell, this is it. Go to BBAelite.com. I'm continuing the promotion. I know a lot of people right now are affected by the coronavirus, and I always talk about indestructible income. So if you're not getting a paycheck, the bell should be ringing right now, because you never want to be in that position where you're out of work due to no fault of your own. So you always need to have multiple streams of income, and that's why e-commerce, I'm a big proponent of it. So go to BBAelite.com. Now, this program actually has all the components of a successful online learning program. Number one, it has the curriculum. Number two, it has a community. So you have other people going through the process with you. And number three, it has group coaching. So every 2 weeks, there's a live group coaching call. So you have the curriculum, community, and coaching. And so normally it's $397. I'm going to continue the promo right now. People have reached out to me that are out of work, and it's only going to be $197. $197. Now, this 12-week implementation program, one module is dripped out once a week. So over a 12-week period, and it doesn't matter when you come in. Okay, so somebody could be on module 3 right now. You're on module 1. It doesn't matter. You will get it dripped every week. So if you start on Tuesday, next Tuesday, you'll get the next module. If you start on Thursday, the next Thursday, you'll get the next module. But what is consistent is the bi-weekly group coaching call with yours truly. So go to BBAelite.com. Now, also, I've created 2 platforms, family, to help circulate the black dollars in the black community. BeSmartByBlack.com That is a platform where any black product producer can upload their products for free and connect with black consumers worldwide. BeSmartByBlack.com. Now hire black freelancers, HIRE, black freelancers, same concept, but it's for freelancers. So if you do anything on Fiverr.com or Freelancer.com, make sure you go to hireblackfreelancers.com, upload your information, and connect with black consumers and businesses that are looking to hire a black freelancer. Also, if you want me to come out to speak at a church, organization, group for my book tour, just go to bookjjones.com, fill out the short form, and I will get right back to you. A lot of information I just gave you. Just go to bebconnect.com. bebconnect.com has all of that information that I just gave you, along with this information, my contact information I'm going to give you. So if you want to connect with me, anything long, family, hit me on my email, jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, JAYJONES at blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Twitter, jjones001, JAYJONES001. Instagram, jjonesforreal, JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL. YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, family. Yes, the show does come out on YouTube, but I have additional content. So go to YouTube, type in Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, hit that like and subscribe button. Also, if you want to be included in the BEB text line for notifications and reminders about special events, text BEB to 555-888, BEB to 555-888. LinkedIn, just go to LinkedIn, search J Jones Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, connect with me there. Once again, BEB Connect is the spot you want to go to, because I know you can't write all of this down, and it has all of the resource links, all my social media contact information. Also, it does have the free training on there I talked about earlier, how to 10x your sales in 4 simple steps, tactics of $1 million business owners. Go to BEB Connect. If you're interested in the free video training, just go right there, click on the link, and it'll take you to the training. And I don't know why you wouldn't go, because who doesn't want to 10x their sales? And these are some of the tactics that I've used to increase my sales 10 plus fold. And this is all through experience, trial and error. So it's a nice, like I said, about an hour training, and it's totally free. So go to BEB Connect and make sure you get all the resource links and everything that you need right there. All right, so now let's get back to the show. I know a lot of people out there now are being affected by the coronavirus, and obviously physically and also financially. So there are a lot of people out of work right now due to no fault of their own. And that's why I always talk about multiple streams of income or indestructible income. Now, I just want to give you guys a couple of tips in terms of leveraging the coronavirus to build your business. And I'm not talking about making money off of the coronavirus, but basically if you have free time. So my wife is an administrator. She's a principal at a high school. And so she was just telling me about some of the bus drivers and the maintenance people that aren't on salary that are really having a tough time right now. And I've had a lot of BEB family members reach out to me, especially for the BBAElite.com program, that were interested in joining. That's why I kept it at $197. So one of the things is, family, I hope the light bulb goes off. Unfortunately, if you are affected by this, try to make sure that this doesn't happen to you again. And it doesn't have to be by taking BBAElite.com. It could be doing anything to create multiple streams of income. But if you have free time, now is the time to focus on things that you probably wouldn't have had time to do before. So I just want to give you a couple of tips that I do. So in terms of getting things done, I use a concept called time blocking. Now, I've mentioned this on, I think, maybe 1 or 2 shows before. But so right now I'm writing a book, finishing up a book, my second book, Pinpoint Monetize Your Genius, just starting on the 3rd book that's going to be out probably next year. Doing all types of programs and working on different things. And so my time is very tight. So one of the things and tools that I've used for years is called time blocking. So what you do is you set aside anywhere from 45 to 60 minutes where you have one singular focus. So, and I do this when I write my books. Now, I may take more than 45 minutes when I write my books because I'll get in the flow. But say I want to do, I want to write a blog post and I want to focus on that. So I'm going to block out 45 minutes for that. Okay. I'm not going to check my email. I'm going to turn my phone off or turn it down. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to focus that 45 minutes on that one particular task. And see what happens is, guys, a lot of times we're on defense. So you could be working on something, bam, an email comes in or a text comes in. You feel that you need to answer it right then. That's like if you're in a fight, that means you're on defense. You're reacting to what the other person is throwing at you. They may be throwing a straight right. They may be throwing a hook. You're ducking, dodging, parrying, slipping and sliding, as opposed to focusing on what you need to do, which is your offense. So time blocking. Set out 45 to 60 minute intervals to focus on one particular task and don't let anything get in the way. All right, that's how you can become more productive. Also, you got time on your hands right now. Start writing down your plans. I know a lot of times we'll think about stuff, right? Write it down. What are your goals? What are your objectives? What are the next steps? Start writing down your plans, okay? Another thing, if you're off work because of the coronavirus, use this time wisely to learn and study. Okay, increase your skill set. Skills pay the bills, right? So increase your skill set. So, and I'm going to tell you, like I said, social media is cool and all of that, right? But if it's not helping you grow, stop wasting your time making all these TikTok videos, all right? I'm going to be real with y'all. Stop wasting all your time doing stuff that's not productive. It may be fun. And I always used to tell my kids, you have fun after you handle your business. Your business may be homework. Your business may be whatever the task that you do, your chores. Do that first, then you have fun. All right, so use your time to learn and study. Okay? I know people that spend, grown men that spend hours upon hours playing video games where they could have had a doctorate degree by now if you added up all the time that they've been playing. So time is something that you can't get back. So you have to use it, appropriately based on what your objectives are. Okay? Do your actions match where you're trying to go? A lot of times people will say, hey, yeah, I want to do this, that, and the other thing, but what do your actions say? Oh, I want to learn how to code. Okay. And you making TikTok videos all day. Oh, I want to learn how to start my own business. And you over there doing whatever, watching TV all day. It doesn't work, family. It's no shortcut to success. It's hard work, and it's defined work. So you need to understand where you want to go and how you need to get there. Point A to point Z. Fastest way to a point is what? A straight line, right? So all the other distractions and things that, you're dealing with right now, and I get it. You may have family, kids, and all that. I'm not talking about that. That's stuff that you have to do regardless. What I'm talking about is that extracurricular stuff that you may need to put to the side. You may need to put to the side, stop watching, binge watching a series on Netflix and get your skills up. You know what I'm saying? So increase your skill set. Even if you don't want to be an entrepreneur and you're out of work because of coronavirus, get your skill set up. Because if you do go back to corporate America, if you have additional skills, all that's going to do is benefit you. You never hurt yourself by improving your skill set. I say this all the time. You probably tired of hearing me say this. If you're not going forward, you're going backward. There's no such thing as standing still. So every day you need to be learning something. So if you're out of work because of coronavirus, leverage that time to help build your business or improve yourself. So one of the things right now that I'm dealing with, so my oldest daughter works in New York City. She's home working remotely. My youngest daughter goes to University of Virginia. She's home because they're doing classes online. My wife is a principal. She's home, working remotely right now. And then, I'm not even going into my shared office that much because I'm working out of my office at my house for the most part. So we got 4 of us in here. But what I noticed is that nobody's watching TV. Nobody's, playing around. Everybody is grinding. And one of the things that I've taken the time to do is to use this time for more exercise. So I told you I probably did every insanity thing out there. So I'm back on it right now, max 30, using that time every morning, get up, doing my exercising, and I'm using and leveraging the time that I normally wouldn't have. So my commute to the office, it's 35, 40 minutes depending upon traffic. So now, since I'm not commuting to the office, let me leverage my time. So leverage this coronavirus for your benefit. Help it build your business or help it build your skill set. Time blocking. All right. Stop being on the defense. Be on the offense. I tell people all the time, I check my email about 3 times a day. Okay. Morning, probably late afternoon, and then at night. So a lot of times if I don't respond to an email, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because I only check it 3 times a day because I'm on the offensive. I'm not playing defense. See what I'm saying? Because I need to get stuff done. I need to focus. So when you keep responding to texts and emails all day, you're not getting nothing done. Just try that time blocking. Okay, it could be 45 to 60 minutes. I'm focusing on one singular task. I'm shutting down all outside interference. And I'm focusing on that. I'm not answering the phone unless it's an emergency. I'm not responding to text messages. I'm not checking my email. I'm not doing nothing. That's how you're going to become more productive. 24 hours in a day. The question is, how do you use it? I'm usually up 5 o'clock in the morning. Every morning. I go to bed probably 10:30, 11 o'clock. I'll probably be asleep by 11 o'clock most nights. Some people need more or less sleep. Another thing you want to do, don't believe all that BS when people talk about, I work 20 hours a week consistently. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen when you work 20 hours a week consistently. Your work is going to be garbage, okay? Because you need more sleep. Rest is a part of the regeneration. Your brain doesn't even focus right. You know how that is. You ever stay up all night studying for a test? You take the test and you're in a fog. That's because your brain didn't have time to regenerate. Your body didn't have time to regenerate. Sleep is no joke. Like LeBron James, I believe he said he tries to get 8 hours of sleep every night so he can be at maximum efficiency. So use this coronavirus time, family, to leverage it. And, unfortunately, if you're off of work or you lost your income or whatever, just try to make sure you're not in that position again. Try to make sure you have multiple streams of income. And like I said, it doesn't have to be from any of my courses or e-commerce or whatever. Multiple streams of income. Try to create indestructible income. Indestructible income is people can't touch it. People can't touch it. All right. A lot of people, you don't even want them to know what it is, so they can't touch it. Okay. So that's why a lot of times I don't even tell you. I tell you about my product brands, but I don't give you the names. Indestructible income. All right. You want that income that nobody can touch. And I always say this too. 1 is the worst number as an entrepreneur. You got 1 stream of income, you in trouble. Trust me. When I had my mortgage business, I found that out the hard way. I knew I should have been diversifying and doing other things. And I just decided I didn't want to do it because I was making so much money in the mortgage business. Mortgage business went down. I'm over there scratching my head talking about what's up. What am I going to do now? And I promise you that's never going to happen to me again. And I'm sharing that with you guys. So as an audio case study, don't let it happen to you again. If it's happened to you, don't let it happen to you again. Don't let it happen to you the first time. Multiple streams of income. I don't care. I was just talking to my oldest daughter today, and we were yesterday. We were talking about taxes. What people make, and I tried to explain to her, when you work in corporate America, you getting taxed. So $100,000 is $67,000, $68,000 in your pocket. So an entrepreneur can make $100,000, and he's going to make more money than you. All right, you have the benefits of write-offs. I'm like, yeah, I write off. I got 3 LLCs in another company. Right? Yeah, I write off everything. I got a great CPA. Those are the benefits. That's why you see these millionaires, multimillionaires not paying taxes. Okay, so even if you're working in corporate America, you need to have a company. You need to have an LLC. You need to have a second stream of income. Okay, so those are just some of the things I wanted to give you guys a couple of tips on how to leverage the coronavirus to build your business. Once again, guys, I say it each and every week. We get more and more downloads because of the BEB family. We're trying to build this economic power base in the Black community. Please continue to spread the word. Make sure you link up with me on bebconnect.com. All my social media info is up there. All the resource links, once again, like how to 10x your sales in 4 simple steps, free training. Please take advantage of that. Go to BEB Connect. You'll see the link. Click on that and register for that training. Once again, it's not live. It's a video training, so you can watch it at any time. So it could be 2 a.m. and you go there, you don't have nothing to do, and you'll go get the training. It's a live video training, and it's 4 simple steps how to 10x your sales. And everybody, if you're in business, you need to learn how to 10x your sales. And it's just some tactics that I've used throughout the years. And it's tactics of $1 million business owners, how to 10x your sales in 4 simple steps, BEB Connect. Also, please, once again, spread the word. Like I said, guys, via social media, whatever. If you're a first-time listener, every Monday morning, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, a new episode of Black Entrepreneur Blueprint will drop. This is episode number 298. So for 298 weeks straight, we've been dropping new heat every Monday morning. Love you guys. I'll see you same time next week. Peace.